So, preparing to live stream the meeting.
There we are. So, who here has flown on a 747?
Me?
You.
Pat?
I think maybe. I don't remember.
Of course.
I
When
never
we had grand pianos on them.
Yeah. I never got a chance. I saw one
fly
take
on a
off.
740 to fly on a 747?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're still out there.
No, they are no longer in passenger service.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was last week or the week before. I know Qantas put them out of passenger service. I don't think anybody has them in passenger service right now. Yeah,
Huh.
the ones that are left cargo. Oh well.
It feels like I was on one not all that long ago, but then again, once you reach a certain age,
That's what we need to do. We need to do an improvised disaster flick. Airport 79. The Concorde.
oh baby. There's a
Airport
cool idea.
77 was a 747 that went under the ocean.
Yes.
Speaking of time, it's 2 minutes since the last time I told you. I don't think there is an airplane called a 749.
No.
Are we live? We're not live yet.
In
We
7
are live.
Are live.
minutes-
We're live.
in
Hello.
7 minutes,
Live.
name
No.
another. 3 minutes.
So were we able to do our little chat thing?
Trying to find my
How to
chat.
do that?
Our what
Top
thing?
chat. Top chat, baby.
Do you see those little 3 dots on the side? You can pop out. It says
Pop out that chat. That's kind of like pump up the jam, isn't it?
It is. And then that will move all by itself, and you can just put it on top of your screen and
Pump
zoom.
up the jam.
No, that's last week's. Let me see something.
What are you looking for, Pete?
Well, I'm looking for tonight's Mopco show on the.
You should see a black screen that says the Mopco.
I'm seeing.
And if it's not there, just restart, refresh the page.
I'm seeing nothing here in Zoom.
What do you mean?
Should I'm just seeing my name as if.
Yeah, that's what I see
video-
too, but that's because we're seeing our own because everybody's screen is off.
Yeah,
but
trust me. On
Michael is
YouTube, we're there.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when whoever is sharing something turns their video off, it's still shared even though the attendees can't see it?
We are all seeing our very own black screen.
You're seeing your very own black screen, but
the right
on
thing is on
YouTube, we're seeing a Zoom show that's really exciting. It just says the Mopco.
Fabulous.
Oh, I think I see it now.
I can see clearly now the rain. No.
I can see all obstacles
In my way.
I like that song.
That song likes you.
Aw.
Aw.
Man, I can't find a stupid chat.
bright. It's a good song. It's an interesting melody, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Who wrote that song?
It goes in my way.
I'm forgetting now the guy. Johnny Nash, is that the guy? Name of the guy?
I believe so, yeah.
And did he write it in addition to performing it? I think maybe.
Okay, there's too many letters in that. I'm looking at the New York Times crossword, and it says meteor showers question mark, and it's not Perseids because there are just too many letters. but it starts with a P. So it's one of those darn joke clues. It's going to be very clever.
With
You know what I mean?
Starts with what? A T as in Tom?
No, a P as in Peter.
P as in Peter, but not Perseid.
I don't think so.
What was the question?
The Times crossword
Oh,
as a clue for, it says meteor showers, but here's the thing. It says question mark, and when they say question mark, that's a clever thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You know, do you ever think that technology would get to the point where you could actually listen to somebody do a crossword puzzle in real time?
Isn't this amazing?
Because nothing lends itself to sound like doing a crossword.
I'm asking for suggestions to our audience, if that's all right with you, Mopco.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah.
And what do we want for our movie? A title, a genre? What do we want?
I always like genres,
Yeah, genre's good.
but yeah, you guys up for that?
Yeah. How many letters is that word, Michael?
Well, it's a whole bunch, and it does start with P, and it ends with A, and it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 letters, and I only have the beginning and ending letters. You know how that goes.
Persia.
Okay, it's got a middle T. There's a T in the middle.
Persia.
Oh, and it's got an IA at the end. So you know what it is? I do. It's a really bad joke. Spoiler alert, anybody working on today's New York Times puzzle who happens to be taking part in this show, cover your ears for the next 5 seconds. The answer, folks, is planetaria.
Planetaria?
Yeah, meteor showers, question mark, planetaria.
I don't even get it.
It's often such a tenuous connection that it ticks me off,
Yeah,
you know?
pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, because the plural of planetarium are places where you might see meteor showers, plural.
Ugh.
That's
I'm
really
just
bad.
thinking, how much could you get paid to go over to the New York Times crossword puzzle department and punch up their jokes?
That's a good one.
This is why I don't like crossword puzzles. I always felt like I'd be a better human being if I liked crossword puzzles.
Yeah, but I can put the lie to that immediately, Kat. Look at me. I love crossword puzzles. And I'm not a very good human being. So,
That's not, there's a fallacy in that argument somewhere.
That's true. I could be even worse if I didn't love them, right?
Right.
Well, that's not true. It's you were asking us endlessly for help with this puzzle, so you can't be that good.
As far as I know, folks, we are at 3 minutes till the big Mopco shoe. It is an exciting time. Roger Missoula is in the house, and that always makes us very, very happy. Hi, Roger. And hello, Tokyo. Hello, Honolulu. Fascinating.
Does
do you
anyone
know that?
Paulo,
back
welcome,
about
welcome.
757 airplanes?
We should have Mopco shoes.
Shoes.
Mopco shoes.
I'm wearing mine, but they're off camera.
Give me my Mopco shoes.
I would have
'Cause
shoes
I
on
got the
today.
Mopco blues.
We should definitely have Mopco socks.
I wanna shuffle down the street with those shoes on my feet, enjoying the click-clack sound.
Mopco face masks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Could have them at the theater, hand them out for the audience.
Well, Yeah, who knows when that'll happen.
I'm trying
If
to
it
be
ever gets-
positive.
Oh, Mopco masks would be great. They're just like little black masks with like a little red dot sort of off center.
Yeah.
So like a birthmark.
It is 2 minutes or less, folks. Actors, this is your roughly a minute and a half call.
Thank you, roughly a minute and a half.
And thank you for thanking me. It means so, so much.
What if the Mopco mask is actually a smiling mouth and one of the teeth is replaced by the red circle thing?
That would be fun.
Actually, I am working on a concept involving like strong thread and sort of a red pipe cleaner type thing where you can indicate a smile by pulling the threads and having the tips of this red mouth on go up toward your ears.
It's
I think I'll become a rich man.
puppeteering your mask.
Yes. And clean the glasses one last time.
Last time.
One last time.
Oh, what a depressing thought. There will come a day when I clean my glasses for the last time. Hopefully many years from now.
Because they'll have developed such good
That's right.
corrective surgery that you won't
That's
need to-
right. And it is 8 o'clock, and do you know what that means, folks? I think I know what that means. And what that means is it's time once again for a Friday night Mopco show. Well, oh, we are so glad to not actually see you, but feel in our hearts your presence with us right now. I'm Michael Burns, and with me are some absolutely amazing human beings. One of the most amazing is my partner in life and my partner in business, the incredible Catherine Ruth Coppett is in the house. There she is. Literally in the house. How are you, Kat?
I am in the house.
Good. How the dogs doing?
I could show you, they are sleeping at my feet.
That's wonderful. Domestic bliss. Any other news since the 2 hours or so when I left for the theater?
I think you are up to date.
Awesome, because being up to date is what our accompanist, musical director, and an amazing improviser in his own right is all about, Mr. Mark S. Merritt. Look at that, one hand in it. Mark, we've been
Yes.
talking over the weeks about your habit of being a little over talkative in these shows. Have you been working on that? Awesome. That's beautiful. And here's a guy who redefines talkative every time he signs on to a Mopco show. All the way from Bavaria, Mr. Walter Baticki.
Hello, welcome to your show. I am. Ha ha!
How's it going, Walt?
It's going all right, Michael. It's
Yeah?
going all right. Been working on the catchphrases. I was giving him a rest this week.
Yeah, just
Or am I?
there it is.
Or am I?
Yeah, okay. That quickly became enough of that. And you know what, Walt? Oh, don't be crushed. He crushes so easily. You got to be really careful with Walter.
Or am
And
I?
a guy that doesn't even have careful in his lexicon, the amazing Mr. Peter DeLakis.
I do.
Yeah. How are you? What? I'm sorry. What?
I do have.
I talked over you, so I didn't really hear what you had to say.
Well, never mind.
What?
John Kimblico, take my side, please.
That's right. He's in the house too, Mr. John.
wanted to show people how not to wear the mask.
Thank you for saying that, because that just ticks me off to no end when I saw somebody at a pharmacy behind the counter doing that. Now, to her credit, when people came up, she put it up in the right position. But I'm thinking, wow, really, that's just bad policy.
Little red dot, like right here.
Yeah, there you go. Little Mopco dot on the mask. Absolutely wonderful. So we want to get started, and I want to kick it over to the guy who I wouldn't let get a word in edgewise, and boy, am I about to pay for that. Peter DeLucas.
Well, yes.
Way.
I'm wondering if anybody who is inspired by one of the words in the YouTube chat can tell me what the subject is of today's objection.
Yes, we have a suggestion of curtains versus blinds.
Curtains versus blinds. Walt, please start.
Thank you. I believe that blinds are superior because you will never see a noir detective have cool shadows in his room without blinds.
Michael.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Overruled.
Thank you very much.
Objection. Never mind. I messed it up. I'm going. Never mind.
Objection.
Yes.
You can't make clothing out of blinds the way you can out of curtains.
Sustained.
We all know that if we're about to enter a depression and we might have to take our curtains and make clothes out of them. And I just think that
clothing out of blinds is the kind of thing that wins Oscars for costume design.
Pray continue.
I think Kat was just being very close-minded about what kind of things could make clothes. And blinds.
Michael.
Objection. Mark didn't say objection, and you called on him, and then you let him talk.
Sustained.
I didn't say objection, and you told me I was bad, and I'm very sensitive about things like that.
Objection.
Yes.
We need more sensitive men in the world.
Sustained.
I think that the patriarchy has been as hard on men as it has on women, and we need to do away with the stereotype sexist roles that we play.
Me? I believe kindness is a show of strength.
Walt.
I object because we're sensitive enough. Aren't I sensitive enough?
Keep going.
It just hurts. It hurts when people just, come on. My sensitivity is really important too, not just ladies. And
Mark.
Objection. I would like to provide Walt with some validation.
Sustained.
Walt, I hear that you are experiencing some pain and that you feel it is important to you. I hear you. I see you. I understand you.
Michael.
Objection. New Age gobbledygook. Validate parking.
Overruled.
If Walt would say some more things, I would be happy to provide some further validation.
Walt.
I object to not saying more things.
Sustained.
Thank you. And also, you know what? Gobbledygook. Who says that? That hurts my feelings.
Michael.
Objection. Gobbledygook, gobbledygook, gobbledygook.
Overruled.
This is the problem with people who when they own the theater and the power. And
Salagadoo la michigaboo.
Yeah, sustained.
Salagadoo la michigaboo la bibbity boppity boo. Paradoxically,
Cat.
put them together, and what have you got?
Objection. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Sustained.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, it really.
Object, rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Michael.
Objection. You remind me of a man.
Sustained. What man?
The man with the power.
Power.
The power of voodoo.
Who do?
You do.
Who what?
Remind me of a man.
What man?
Oh, God.
Mark.
Objection. You do that voodoo so well.
Sustained. And we have a winner. Mark.
Hey, yes, we do. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Well, are we ready for this, folks?
or am I?
Are we ready for this?
We're ready.
Did we get, Kat, I'm not quite sure. Did we get a suggestion of like a genre or what did we
We
get?
did. We did. We have many genres and some titles.
Ooh, nice.
So, how about we have 3 genres? We can pick our favorite, and we have a title. So, our title is The Water Balloon, and we could do it as a Western, a noir, or a rom-com.
Ooh, well, you know, I would point out that we just attempted a rom-com, a sci-fi rom-com recently,
We did.
you know, so.
I guess
we-
Western or noir, The Water Balloon.
Or yeah.
What do you think, folks?
Western feels like more of a challenge.
Okay.
We've done noir before, haven't we, as a sort of main genre? So let's do a Western.
A Western titled
The Water Balloon.
The Water Balloon. The camera pans over a wide expanse of sagebrush and tumbleweed, cactus, and dirt. Everything is light brown, the sun beating down mercilessly. Slow, pan, tilt, zoom, in on a horse with a lone rider. A grizzled, wasted, bitten face under a beat up old cowboy hat. A serape and an attitude.
Get along there, Ophelia. We gotta get back to the outpost. Oh, atta girl. Atta girl. Oh, concern it. Just 'cause you got dehydrated don't mean you can die on my hair. Oh. Hey! Hey, there's someone over there. Some more horses. Hey! Over here! Over here!
Well, hello, cowboy. You look fit to be tied.
Well, ma'am, I sure am powerful parched right now. You wouldn't happen to have a spot of something to drink, would you?
Well, of course. Why don't you take a swig of this?
Oh.
Now go easy, or you'll make yourself sick.
Woo! Oh, here you go. There. Hope there's refills. Yeah, ma'am. I'm heading down to the outpost. I got a warning for you.
A warning?
Yeah. A bunch of the settlers have decided to secede from the Union, and they've taken up non-lethal arms against the rest of the Union.
Some seceders have taken up non-lethal arms against the rest of us?
That's what I heard.
Well, why don't you just bring your hearts there over to the farmhouse, and we better tell Pappy and the rest of the men, because they're going to want to face with non-lethal weapons of their own and make sure that we stay part of this union of ours. Community is one of our strongest values.
Oh, I barely got out of there alive. What with all the harsh language flying?
Well, I don't think you had to fear for your life if it was non-lethal, but I'm sure it was very upsetting.
Well,
Dissolve to the front porch of the ranch house.
Here you go, Ophelia.
Settlers, you say?
It's true. They're tired. They're tired of being treated like, well,
Schmucks.
like they're not a threat. They don't feel very manly.
You just run this by us one more. You just run this by us one more time. You're saying there's unaffiliated, basically federales that are seceding and causing trouble in town. Do I get that right?
Did I say that?
That's what you said, Siebert. That's
Oh,
right.
then yeah. Yeah, they're upset on account of, well, they're trying to be sensitive people because there's not enough sensitive cowboys and cowmen out west, but now no one will take them seriously.
So, Siebert, you're saying
Sensitive.
there are sensitive seceding settlers.
Well, see, Sydney, what Siebert, that's me. Socially saying the settlers so succinctly said that secession is certain.
So the certain secession that's stated by these secessionist sailors is certain only if certain systems are allowed to slide.
Surely Siebert's saying that seceding settlers, sensitive though they may be, would let secession slide should their sensitivity be sussed out.
Somewhat certainly.
Okay, stop it. What are we gonna do? Enough
Well,
standing around sussing people out and chatting.
Well,
I myself,
Water balloons.
I don't know as I really want to do much of anything. I got my little spread here, the water balloon. And
oh, that is a pretty water balloon.
well, that's just a picture of a water. That's our sign. It's going to hang over a big gate once I get the big gate finished down there where the road will be someday.
Wow, that looks humiliating and non-lethal to me.
Well, it's pretty, yeah, I don't know. You might do some serious, I mean, you could do some serious damage with this. It's got some
Those two are
heft to it.
chatting. Do you want to just grab some water balloons and we'll take this one on?
What's that?
Nothing. You two go on with it.
I think that's a great idea, Clem.
Let's work some alliteration into this conversation.
I'm
I
not sure
think
that alliteration
We
is
go
always
grab.
the
Where'd they
apple
go?
of the eye.
Cut to a lone cowboy sitting by a campfire by himself. Damn it, I can never get the end of that song. Oh man. We gotta figure out something to do with these good feelings we have for these people. We don't really hate them. We gotta do something with them. We gotta bring them into a community. That's it. A community where people get along and aren't mean to each other, and everybody gets something that everybody needs, and everyone's equal. The men, the women, the cows, the horses, the chickens, everyone's together. Oh, would it happen? Would it happen?
Town. Exterior shot. The saloon. The wafting sound of a piano coming from inside, along with occasional bursts of raucous laughter.
Inside the saloon, combination piano player bartender. A word to say.
Well, howdy, Clem. Now, I heard some tales about what's going on at your place.
Yeah. How you doing there, sweetheart?
Now, I'm all right. Now, you tell me, are the rumors I'm hearing true?
What rumors are you hearing? I'll let you know if they're true.
I'm hearing that there's going to be a big water balloon fight out by the old OK Corral.
Oh, yeah, there is. I heard that too. I heard about it too. I think all the folks from the Water Balloon Ranch are going to come into town and clean this place up. Ain't that right, Clem?
Yeah.
Ain't it?
We're all gonna get soaking wet.
Hey, since I told you that, can I have a free drink?
You can always have a free drink.
Oh, you're
Sully.
such a sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go pass out and maybe throw up.
Well, I'd hate for people to get all wet and then catch a cold.
Well, it's not too cold yet. It's still like, late August. Be all right. I know you don't like it when I rationalize things like that and make it so everybody is happy. I know that.
You just never know. You get a little wet, you get a little nervous with all of the excitement. People could come down with something.
That's true, especially if they're like together in an enclosed space.
I just wish we could all get along. Why can't we just all get along? We come out here, we've got all this open space, and yet trouble follows us everywhere we go.
Seems like it would be a real simple choice to make.
Pardon me, good sir. Could you turn your back for just one moment while I get some measurements? There's trouble a-brewing. Yes. Well then. Now, just because conflict's not lethal, don't mean there ain't casualties, because a male ego can be a fragile thing. As the town therapist, I must measure out all the emotional baggage that I must create. Restore these broken hopes and dreams. Good day to you.
On the edge of town, an odd building that seems armored with slits for windows has been hastily erected by also oddly dressed group of men. One of them stands in front of the building, picking his teeth with a pine pick and surveying the scene. Ah! Got it.
Well, I set the wheels in motion, boss.
You spread the alarm, did you? You get folks all concerned. You get them riled up and ready to take action in a violent fashion so that we can mow them down with our Gatling guns.
Oh, you bet, you bet. Yeah, they're all getting ready to do non-lethal, non-fatal combative action.
That's what I love, is non-lethal, non-fatal combatants facing our superior military might.
Now, I just ain't happy with what my cut is, because you see, if a certain pair of loose lips were to go back over there and tell them, well, that we just fabricated all this is Oh now, no need to be non-friendly like.
You was saying?
I ain't saying nothing.
About being unhappy with your cut?
No, I'm very happy. Look how happy I am. I love it. I'm so happy. I just want to go home. Please let me go home. I won't talk to nobody.
Now look here. I have a feeling that the day of reckoning has come. We can't have anybody understand who we actually are or what we actually stand for. Is that clear to you there, Mr. Runny Mouth?
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Is it,
Is it what?
Oh, I was hoping that you might help me buy another mule.
Your mule? Speak up, son. What are you saying?
I killed my mule. I dehydrated her to make it look authentic.
Now, what did I tell you? What did I tell you about dehydrating a government mule? What did I tell you?
It was, well, I thought it would add credibility and create a cheap source of jerky.
You got it. You got the mule drying in the sun someplace?
Yeah, but I don't got a mule to ride on no more.
You know something? If you weren't one of the only men I had, and don't let that get out either, I ought to. All right, you go around back, you get yourself another government mule, you get yourself some salt, you ride that new government mule out to the old dead government mule, you salt the dead government mule meat, you get back here fast, and I mean fast, no more than 40 minutes because stuff's going down.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna get a mule.
Get good help these days no matter what you do.
I see him. I see him coming over the horizon. I'm ready.
I'm prepared to.
Oh, Jesse. Once we've settled the insurrection and we've claimed our territory back for the Union, don't you think it's time that we started our family? You're not responding. You're being so strong and silent. It's one of the things I like about you, but in this moment, I'd love an affirmation of a verbal kind.
Yes, I think it's time. If I survive this water balloon incident, we'll start a
Don't shoot
family.
me. I'm going to come around the corner from the cookhouse with the fried goods.
This is a brilliant plan. We're gonna get them
Don't
all
shoot,
wet.
please. Don't shoot me. I got French fries and I got fried burritos and I got fried foods of all kind. I got frijoles and I got fried things I don't even know what they is, but I'm going to make a little money on this event.
Well,
And I'll help with the water balloons. Sure enough, I'll do that too.
I thought the plan was we were gonna get them all wet and then feed them, nurture them back to health with the fried stuff. That's it, right, Pa?
Right.
Oh, see, now there's where you and I are different because you're an altruistic type human being. I was just going out there to make a profit because that's really the way that I was taught.
Well,
Nurse them back to health, huh?
I don't know. I thought that was the sort of subliminal plan to get them back into the Union.
I see.
But it is a capitalistic union, so I think charging them for it is a great. I'm all for it.
So wait a minute. You're saying that you ought to treat your enemy with compassion and help them to not be suffering anymore in order to create peace?
I might have misunderstood.
That's the damnedest thing I ever heard in my life. That is, well, maybe you have.
Plus, we'll get their fingers too greasy for them to fight back anymore.
Now there you're talking, because if they can't pick up their own water balloons or whatever it is they're packing, and they're too greasy, then we can get them even more soaking wet.
I wonder where they are.
What, the unknown agents of an unknown force who are insurrectionists and destroying the Union? Them folks?
Is this the town?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Hey,
Are you the insurrectionists? The secessionists?
possibly. Yeah. I was camping out in the woods by myself, trying to learn to play things on the harmonica, and I got a sense, I had a vision that this was a town that needed some compassion. Am I wrong?
Give that man a French fry and let him keep talking.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad at all.
Thank you very much.
So what kind of town is this? Is this a friendly town? I see you're holding a bladder with water in it. What do you do with that?
It's
We
called
have
a water,
abandonment issues.
it's called a water balloon.
Never seen that before.
It's like you take the word ball and you put "oon" on the end of it.
Like saloon,
No,
maloon.
no. I understand the word. I just never seen one before. That's my first water
Never seen a
balloon.
word before. Now I learned to read, so I've seen words all the time, like balloon, which is like ball with "oon" on the end of it. What was
Okay.
you saying?
I was saying, wondering what kind of town this was. Is it friendly? You've got a projectile there in your hand, both of you, and jiggling it around. I'm not sure what you do with those.
Another French fry?
Sure.
Do you think he's a spy?
I can't tell.
I think he's
What do
actually
you
an
think?
innocent non-combatant, but we should get him wet anyway because it's fun. And it would also advance the plot.
Ah!
We took care of him. This is going to be easy. There's nothing to worry about here. Down, the bedraggled figure of our former harmonica player, soaking wet, wanders his way down the main street, looking wet and bedraggled.
Just wanted to come to this town and fit in and possibly find someone that I could hug.
Citizen,
Hello?
wet.
Yes, I was attacked by water bladders.
Water bladders?
Yeah, bladders that had water inside and were thrown like projectiles and thrown at me.
Really?
Very, very unpleasant, but could have been worse.
It's
Oh,
that
good.
weapon I told you about, boss. It's like an aqua pinata.
An aquayata?
You're saying that the insurrectionists who are countering our counterinsurrection are going to counter us with water pinatas.
See,
Saying that right there. I heard him say it right there.
See?
yes.
Well, I didn't see nothing because I wasn't there. I'm just
No,
saying
that,
what you
that was
said.
Spanish. Yes.
Oh, en español. See.
See.
See, Rider, see what you have done. I never understood why that song existed. Do you understand why that song exists, stranger?
He
I
don't
do
know.
not.
No.
Well, I think we should prepare for a very easy battle because obviously our technology is highly superior. Would you care to join our forces? We stand for something that we will not tell you about.
Oh, blindly following the blind.
Exactly correct.
I got a dead snake.
Oh,
And I got a bad attitude and no ranks showing anywhere on my body.
lead on, gentlemen.
Follow, McDuff.
This reminds me of an old cowboy song I used to know. Maybe you guys know the words.
Oh, I know the one you mean. You're talking about Jack's Old Paint.
That's right. Oh, I may not be a sinner, or I may not be a saint, but I done got some damage chewing on old lead paint.
Oh, I may not be a writer, and I may not be a priest, but I also chewed lead paint, so I can't rhyme worth shit. That's a good one. I always liked that song.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get our dead snakes and such ready. We're here.
Oh, they look like they're not ready at all. Just hunker down. Oh, they're not even.
Watch out, she's good. She's a good shot.
Oh yeah. Oh, we
Yeah.
dare you to shoot at us.
Okay, boom.
Ah! Ricochet! Knock that off! That ain't funny!
You with the snake, bang.
You're gonna stay here.
Wait, you threw a water balloon and then say bang, or did you shoot me and throw a water balloon? I'm confused.
Here, snake, have another water balloon.
Oh, hey, the snake was never dead. You done woke it up with the water. Oh! Oh, no! Oh! Ah!
We won't let you go.
Caught one. I'm gonna throw it back.
Ah!
Ah!
That water balloon ain't big enough to hit both of us. You're gonna have to try harder than that.
Here you go, Mr. Harmonica. And another.
Just
Oh,
hold
he-
on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. We were going to use guns. The
What?
water balloon thing is just creeping me out because I ain't had a bath in 4 years and I never did like them when I had them. And these water balloons aren't even in a bathtub. They're just round objects filled with water. And now I'm wet in the middle of the daytime.
Harmonica guy, I'll give you a nickel to chuck one at your friend.
Wait a second. You were gonna use guns?
Well, yeah. We were going to blow
Guns
you
are
away.
not non-lethal weapons.
That's lethal.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, we spread the word that we were going to be doing non-lethal combat, but the whole idea actually was to take you by surprise and use lethal weapons, whereby we would gain a tactical advantage and take over the entire territory for forces unknown. I don't even know what we believe.
But that is a
That's true, you wouldn't tell me.
dissemblance.
What you say, lady?
That is a dishonest dissemblance.
I'm an actual sneaky, low-down, rotten snake, and I don't approve of this.
I'm afraid of snakes when they're talking.
Well, my work here is done.
Well, I have an idea. Maybe you folks were going to use guns. And surely my friends here were all ready to get you pulverized with water balloons. But I had another way of looking at it. I just fried up a bunch of things. And as a gesture of peace and capitalism, I'd like to sell you this extra large fries for only $3.95 plus tax. That comes to $4.17. What do you say? Well, that's a pretty good deal. I think so.
And you might want to take him up on it, because while we've been standing here in the hot sun, that water done gone and rusted your guns anyway.
Oh. Well, that's the kind of thing that makes a man mighty hungry. Stranger, here's 5. You keep the change. Thank you kindly. Here's your fries. These are delicious. These are delicious.
Fingers feel pretty greasy too, huh?
Yes, they do. And ma'am, if I don't mind saying so, I've had dry, itchy fingers for years, and that grease feels pretty good.
With soft, sensitive hands. We don't need lethal weapons. Soft, sensitive hands are good for betrothing, aren't they?
Well, ma'am,
Would you marry me?
Oh, yes, yes, I will.
Oh, now
Yeah.
that's delightful because it so happens that when I'm not a insurrectionist from unknown forces with an unknown philosophy, I'm also a minister.
That's perfect. Give me just a few minutes to go make a dress out of our curtains, and I'll be right back.
Sure. I'm going to try to find that mule riding idiot that works for me sometimes. Where the heck did that guy go?
I got some mule jerky for the reception, boss. Hang on.
Oh, that's my guy.
I done got bit up by a snake, but I'm all right.
Well, you look a little puffy.
You know, we all get older.
No, I meant puffy as in anaphylactic shock. You sure you're okay?
Oh, I don't see what religion or lifestyle choices have to do with anything.
Mister, could you explain puffy to him?
Well, I know when my vocabulary's been outclassed.
Puffy,
It's the law of the West.
Oh, why, miss, if I say so myself, you are a vision of prenuptial loveliness.
Here's my contribution.
Take that ring, son. Not you, not yet, miss. Let your beau put that on your finger, not old grumpy face there. There you go, son.
darling, let me put this on your finger. And then
You take each
you and I
other
will share this French fry.
Yeah. And as you consume that French fry together by the power invested in me by powers unknown and not shared with anyone, nor by any insignia that's recognizable by anyone at all, and a little bit weirded out by them lips, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and please don't get too carried away when you kiss each other because it's a family show.
Ooh, look, another fry.
Long shot.
Don't need a napkin.
Long shot the street. Outside the saloon, all the townspeople are gathered around, dancing and celebrating together with the counter-insurrectionists, the insurrectionists, and the counter-insurrection counters, and enjoying each other and eating fried foods and having a wonderful time, occasionally throwing a water balloon at some unaware citizen. Hey, watch out there! You know, I have a feeling that someday we're going to irrigate this land and we're going to go fresh fruit here, all of us together.
Hey, everyone, it's time to cut the pickled fried pickle cake.
Darling, I'll put my hand on top of your hand and we'll cut it together.
That's so sweet.
I want the sauce with the pickle.
Here, let's eat this slice of fried pickle cake together. You and me.
And it will symbolize the sweet and the sour all in one, and we will never secede again. At least maybe not till the 21st century when things go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yes.
The camera cuts to behind the saloon where a lone figure munching on a pickle and swigging from a jug. I love a happy ending.
Yay!
Yay!
We now take you to the Mark Merritt Après Show.
Ooh.
Right.
The Mark Merritt Opera Show.
Oh, we can hear you. We can't hear you, Mark.
Oh yes, sorry. Welcome to the Mark Merritt Opera Show, where we are so fortunate as to be able to gather the full cast of the water balloon for a panel discussion to discuss the making of the film, the meaning of the film, all that good stuff about the film. Welcome, everyone.
There he is. There he is. He's always a few minutes late.
Sorry, parties and autographs and such.
So why don't we just start by going around and maybe each of you just tells us a little bit about what it meant to you to have the unique experience of being able to make this sublime film. Who would like to start?
I'll go.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, so I auditioned with like 450 people for this part,
Very
and
competitive.
very competitive. There were many script rewrites, and I wanted it so bad that I went out and actually lived out under the stars so I could come back and really feel what it meant to be alone in the woods.
Some serious method acting. And what was your biggest takeaway from that experience out in the wilderness that you brought
I did
back?
not
What
enjoy
is it that
it.
the core that you think got you the part?
It was the fact that I remembered to bring my harmonica, and I thought I could add a little color to this scene.
Now
they
wait.
loved it.
So now I have to ask you. Was the harmonica in the original script, or was that was you?
Yeah,
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
I get a producer credit for that. So,
Even more fantastic. With points, you get an extra.
and the
share
lovely
of
cast, they're
share
so
of the
wonderful.
profits. Oh, phenomenal. Who would like to go next? Share with us your.
Well,
Yes, Walt.
I just I know I have a lot of fans out there, and I just want you to know that all the mule scenes were done with an animatronic puppet that was actually made of soy. So when we dried it out and ate it, I did not stray from my vegan lifestyle. I was eating a textured soy product and not actual mule. And the snake, in fact, was not harmed. He and I are actually very good friends off screen.
Sure, they share a trailer.
It's true.
Very, very nice. I'm sure many of your fans and the viewers of this film will be greatly relieved to know this. Yes. Kat, Michael, Peter.
Well, I was really, really interested in this project because, it's based on a historical event that has been lost in history. Much of the history that we are taught these days in our public schools is revisionist history, and this event has just been sort of scrubbed from the history books. Most people think, for example, that water balloons are a 20th century invention, that they just came around in the 1950s. But in fact, there was this whole, water balloon rebellion, as it was called, that was buried. And it's why we think that. And I just thought it was so important that we tell the true story of the heroes who kept our union together. And it's the gun lobby that the NRA really that's been burying this story for all these years, because they realized the power of nonviolence. And so I just this was a passion project for me, and why I agreed to do it.
Right. And how close to actual history would you say that this project hewed? I mean, we all know that when narrative films get made, characters get combined, things like that. But as far as like the meat of the story, how much would you say is true to the story, and how much compromised?
I'm not the real historian on the set. The actor who played, well, did you want to say?
Nope, moi.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, of course I do. Yes, actually, 87% of the events depicted in the movie are absolutely based in contemporaneous accounts.
That is a very specific quantity.
Well, as Peter will tell you, I'm something of a stickler for the correct statistics being used at all times. It drives him crazy. He gets all huffy about it, but actually, I think it's important. I really do. And at the time that I was approached to begin this project, I was ready. Not ready. I was seeking funding for Magical Michael's Mysterium in Branson, Missouri. We were going to be doing a lot of illusion and some very big stage things, and all we really. But this project, with its action and the whole Western and the history, was just absolutely something I could not turn down.
Fantastic. And just I just need to follow up. Lest there's going to be the articles, the blog posts, the discussions about fact versus fiction,
Yes,
and what
yes.
they got right and what they got wrong. So let's just be upfront about it. And if you could just tell us, one or two highlights from that 13%.
Peter, Peter knows. Peter has a story.
What was made up?
Well,
What was fudged and why?
Yes.
what attracted me to the project was that my agent told me there was going to be a buffet, and there was, and apparently there isn't in the West.
Peter's a joker. I can tell you one of the things that was fudged was our characters were actually already married. They had been married for a number of years when this happened. It wasn't during the insurrection.
7 years, 3 months, 4 days.
Romantic
7 years, 3 months.
subplot to just heighten audience
That's right.
relatability.
That's right. In fact, they had already had I think it was 4 children by this time, and
One of them was a foster child.
I got to eat fries.
one of them was a foster child. They'd had 3 children of their own, and I think even the little ones were involved. But you get kids on. There were a couple of things. One is having children on the set would have just added a whole amount of expense and effort.
Kids and animals.
But also there wasn't, it didn't have this sort of romantic involvement. And frankly, just between you and me, if you have a woman in a film, there has to be a love interest. Once a woman is married, that she's just not interesting anymore.
Wouldn't you agree that if a woman isn't talking about a man in a movie, she really has nothing to say?
What's she there for?
I think this brings up a very, very important thread that we can discuss here, which is the nature of power dynamics. Obviously, this story is full of questions of violence, power, authority, nonviolence, sensitivity. There's a lot that this movie is dealing with. So maybe we could discuss that, including the depiction of women and justifying its more old-fashioned kind of tradition within the milieu of the film. Anyone have thoughts on that?
I would like to jump in right here and speak for the women in the production about that they were fine with it, and I got the sense, we didn't have a meeting, but I got the sense that they were okay and very happy. That's all I want to say.
Would anyone like to comment on the meta nature of a male cast member speaking on behalf of the women when I had just asked about power dynamics?
Yeah,
I would like to speak about that. The power dynamics on this production were fine. They were fine.
Would anyone like to speak on the double meta level, going deep into the inception levels of subconscious?
Thank you. I would love the opportunity.
On his comment on the power dynamic.
Wait, what are you doing? I'm speaking to the people on the.
Oh, there he goes again.
So
it's almost a meltdown.
Yes,
It's almost a meltdown. He gets so excited that he just clicks the wrong button and disappears. But I can say, honestly, that we had a very egalitarian set. The women were well represented. Their views were well represented. And as Walter said, they were happy.
There was ketchup.
Yes.
Now, Kat, wait. Am I remembering incorrectly? But was your character the first to throw a water balloon?
yes, that is
All
correct.
right. So this character
factual,
was
right?
not merely a romantic interest present to give some relatability to the story.
We
I'm
actually had to coach her on throwing because, no offense, honey, but you throw like a girl.
In one of the things that was historically accurate was the entire battle strategy for the water balloons, using the water balloons, and then using the greasy food as a peace offering, as well as an ameliorating and disarming strategy, was in fact mine. In real life, they had to spread that around throughout the characters in the movie because they just felt it would be too.
Meaning it was your characters.
Yes,
In
yes,
real life.
that's right.
Oh, and they spread it around throughout the characters because why? Because
Well, because you can't make a Western where the real brains and heroic strength of the film is female. Men would not go see such a film.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
getting the
know.
feeling this could be the seeds of a real controversy that the blogosphere is just going to blow up and really let the filmmakers have it for leaving that in the.
You know, the original script for this film was written by a woman, and the original director was supposed to be female until the studio head was fired, and the new studio head recast
cousin-
and
my cousin
rehired an
Ernest,
entire
yes.
team.
Now I have to ask this question: were there any other significant female persona in the historical incidents that were written out of
No
this
important one.
rendition of the story?
No one important, really.
You know, it's funny you should ask. The inventor of the water balloon was actually the sister of my character, and she was completely cut as if she didn't exist.
You're saying
And that
that-
role was given to the father.
We didn't want to bog the story down with these mundane, technical, boring details of invention of the water balloon and women
The
doing
sheriff
things.
of the town where this took place was also the very first female sheriff. Did you even know there were female sheriffs in the 1800s? Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that there was a female sheriff in the
I'm not
in the
sure I
West
have.
at this time?
I'm not sure I have.
No, of course you haven't.
And,
This town.
and I might point out that she's dead.
This
As
is
all the
exactly
characters
the
are,
sort of treatment
because it was
that
100
made me
and-
uncomfortable during production.
Say that again.
I said that's exactly the sort of treatment of the female members of the cast and the production company that made me very uncomfortable during the production of this.
What is the gender and/or biological sex of this snake?
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Yes,
Thank
you.
you. I am
I'm sorry,
Gladys.
Your name?
I-
What's your name?
I am a reptilian person.
Yes.
I am female.
Female. Okay. Please go on. We need to hear some more some more from female voices here in this conversation. Please go on.
I just want to say that when I asked to have a half day from production when scenes I wasn't even in to go and lay my eggs in the hole in the ground behind a cactus, I was denied. I actually had to do it in between other people's takes.
Is that something, Kat, can you tell us, is that something that would be permitted treatment for human female actors, or what is the prohibition snake only or across all female living things?
Well, it's in my contract that I was not allowed to get pregnant or give birth while we were shooting the film. So clearly it is a prohibition for humans as well.
Generally speaking, that would be a prohibition across all
just-
female participants.
All animals, as far as I can tell.
That sounds
Just
more
because
scandalous.
Just because I think we may be really painting a picture of the producers that's a little bit unfair here, that same clause was in my contract. I was not allowed to get pregnant during the filming of this production.
That does sound
However, you did in fact impregnate your wife and have a baby from the time that you were cast in this film to the time we finished production, didn't you?
Is that exempt, technically?
Well, it's not me.
Oh my!
I didn't get
I think
pregnant.
there are some serious double standards here. I'd like to ask the group one final question. In light of all these controversies, these potential scandals, how do you feel this movie's prospects are in a time when it cannot open in the theater and may only be available electronically to people's homes? How do you I want to go around the round table. I want everyone's honest opinion about the prospects for this film. Let's start with Michael.
Well, I think it's a hit, and I think it will be a hit because it combines action and historical accuracy and truth and a certain egalitarian passion looking for justice for all men.
Including an egalitarian attitude about both truth and lies. It sounds like Peter. Please, your take.
Oh, they're gonna love it in the Middle East because it's very wet.
Excellent, Snake.
Well, I gotta tell you, as a female and an underrepresented minority species, the success of this movie doesn't really help because I work for scale.
Okay then, John.
Well, at the heart of this movie is really the beginnings of female empowerment historically, and I think it will go far because of the performance of Kat.
You
How
think
she
that?
brings that?
Go on.
No, she brings that to the forefront, and it's there. It's hard to see, but you can see it.
So this is perhaps a case of the lesser evil being these compromises in order to serve the greater good of getting positive messages more about female values and traits more out, and otherwise the movie wouldn't have gotten made at all. Is that more or less like your eye is on the positivity that's being smuggled in Trojan horse like?
Yes, exactly, precisely. Trojan horse.
And I definitely feel like Kat, last word.
One step at a time. I hope that we'll be having the conversations that we need to be having, and perhaps this film and these kinds of conversations, thank you very much, Mr. Merritt, can start us beginning to have the kinds of conversations that we should be having.
Excellent. Well,
What did she say? I couldn't hear what she said.
Having important conversations one step at a time. Perhaps some amount of time from now, there'll be yet another remake of this story that perhaps it gets things even more accurate.
Or maybe a sequel.
Maybe a sequel that rights some of the wrongs and gets us a few steps closer to the top of
Baby steps.
Thank you all for being my guests at the Mark Merritt Apres show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're a prince among men.
Shout out to my soy-based mule friend.
I need to take a shower. That was
Yay!
yay. We're still online.
Yeah.
Or we're still there on YouTube because we didn't really,
You have to say
real-
goodbye.
Yeah, and I just have to really make a delineation between that person and myself. That's really important. Hey, did we learn anything?
I learned that it's surprisingly easy for me to play stupid.
Yeah, how about you, John?
I learned that, as always, Kat is awesome.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Mr. Walt Paticki must have learned something too.
Oh, yes. As a white heterosexual male, I find that it's never the wrong time to speak out about my interpretation about how other groups of people, demographics, minorities, etc., how they feel they've been wrong, because my opinion matters.
Thank you, Walter. Mark, can you chip in?
Yeah, 3 words. Always question men.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I wasn't listening. Did he say something?
I don't know. It said, la 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 la, men. Kat,
I My belief that the show is always better when Mark Merritt is on the boards with us was yet again once confirmed.
Yes.
And I learned that we had wiped from the history books the very first water balloon fight, and that we need to.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? And you know, I learned that I work with some of the most awesome people on the planet, and that I really, once I entered into the character of that actor, really didn't want to stay there, but I was stuck.
A hair's breadth between me and that stupid guy. There's like nothing.
Oh,
separating.
it was very, very uncomfortable. So from the unreasonably lucky seat of privilege that I occupy on this planet, I will attempt to humbly thank you all for watching tonight, and urge you to remember that Black Lives Matter and Black artists have something to say. We don't have any with us tonight. Find them and support them. And vote.
Vote.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Happy trail.
Bye. I don't know how to do that. Help. There.